Well, Mr. Joseph Atai is still with us. He's a spokesperson of the acting spokesperson of Nigeria Customs, I should say. Well, we'll go to Lagos now and take some questions.
Listening to you, it does suggest that the FOU just stumbled on this consignment, because many also wonder, how is it that customs, I mean, you have your revenue targets, as we just saw in that clip, and in some cases, in fact, in 2014, customs remitted a little over 900 billion? No, 900 million to the Federation account. How is it that you do not have scanners in the ports?
Answer. Good morning, Chamberlain. Yeah, scanners are not purchased by the Nigerian Customs Service. It's the government, and it's gratifying to note that sometimes last year, when the Honorable Minister paid some scheduled visit to customs at the airport here in Abuja, she did indicate the interest of the federal government to invest on the acquisition of scanners. The Customs Controller General is pushing for the purchase of scanners that we believe will help us do our job more effectively, efficiently, and timeously. As regards the men of the Federal Operation Unit, as I told you earlier, it was an information patrol. The roving team went there on an information patrol. They received a tip-off that custom goods may be in this particular container. So they set out right from the beginning to fish out that container because they received a tip-off on it.
Well, you say may. It means that there wasn't that much certainty in that, but there are many who strongly believe that there's corruption going on in customs in spite of the sackings, the laying off, reorganization there, because they wonder, if you go through the Suncap Act, they are of the strong impression that all goods coming into this country, they say it must have pre-shipment certificate, it has to be sent to the customs, you should know what is in every container. Is that true or not?
Well, I use the word may because once somebody is giving you an information of a possible infraction, it's not as if the person giving you the information have subjected that thing to complete and 100% examination and therefore could give you the statistics of what is inside. At best, it's an information. It is for you to go on there and intercept that thing and subject it to a more thorough examination. So that's how it works. They give you an information, look, there's something suspicious about this container, go, this is the number, go and get it. And this suspicion might be as a result of what the person giving you the information would have noticed, that what usually should have happened to that container maybe did not happen, or if it did, was not enough. And therefore, you are tipped off so that you can now subject it to a more thorough investigation. But talking about pre-shipment and all that, since December 2013, we operate destination inspection. Destination inspection puts the responsibility of knowing completely what is inside the container on the shoulders of the customs. And that is why we subject it to 100% examination, or when the scanners are available, we use it to help us know exactly what is inside. What we are saying is that if we have scanners and other cutting-edge technology that could help us do this job better, it will be fine. But that is not an excuse. The service has already assumed the responsibility of 100% examination. And therefore, every custom officer doing this job is expected to do it as supposed to be. Where it is not properly done and something is discovered as this case is, then that person will face the wrath of the law.
Mr. Atta, you did mention that in your inspection of these containers, you usually inspect about one or two in a day. Now, for me, that does really raise questions as to the capacity of the NSC to really carry out thorough investigations of containers as they enter this country. Is this suggestive then that the men that you have at the ports are inadequate?
No, I didn't say it will be 2 or 3. What I'm saying is, if doing so, we mean that, because of the volume, you are only able to do 2 or 3 in a day, then it is better to do it than to compromise the security of the nation. I am not saying that we do 2 or 3, but if insisting that you must do 100% examination, we mean that you can only do 2 or 3 or 4, so be it, because the security of the nation cannot be sacrificed on the altar of trade facilitation. That's what I said.
So will it be right to then say that you will need more men to inspect more containers on a daily basis?
Well, customs will always, there will always be need to recruit from time to time. As you know, people are retiring, officers are retiring, officers die, some can even resign and all that. But that is not really the issue. I am talking about what it takes to do 100% examination of, say, 1 by 40 feet container. Suleiman, if you see 1 by 40 feet container, it needs space, it needs time to be able to subject it to 100% examination. And the Comptroller General have directed that even if it means doing only 3 or 4 in a day, and you do it properly, officers should do that.
The proliferation of light weapons within the African, or shall I say the West African sub-region has, in the past 10 years, increased from as much as 750,000 light weapons circulating within the system. In Nigeria alone, when the Niger Delta militants submitted theirs, was over 450,000 light weapons that were seen. When you have a situation like this and you have this kind of pump-action rifles coming into West Africa still, does this raise concerns for you that perhaps the security situation is getting worse?
It should raise concern to everybody, every Nigerian who is desirous of a more peaceful, secured nation. Of course, for us as custom officers, it's even more worrisome, and that is why decisions that have been taken in recent time by the Nigerian Customs Service, be it the ban on importation of vehicles through the land borders, be it the ban on importation of rice through the land borders, and the insistence that every container should be subjected to 100% examination. They are all aimed at ensuring security and well-being of the country.
Well, Mr. Atta, concerns also being raised here is that sometime in 2010, there were these consignment arms also. I mean, they had rocket-propelled grenades. They had several weapons that were intercepted in Lagos port in this country. And Nigerians never heard the last, where it was headed, who owns it, and what exactly happened. This time around, what's the guarantee that the customs will come through to Nigerians in terms of the details about this shipment?
If you know the Comptroller General of Customs of today, I may not just need to give you that assurance. He insists that this case must be properly investigated, properly handed over, the item and the suspect. Then for the custom officers that have already been arrested, he insists that they should be properly investigated, they should face the disciplinary committee, and the consequences that may come may not stop at either dismissal or that. He has even said it, that any person found wanting will be dismissed and even prosecuted. So I can assure you that there will be grave consequences for all those who are involved in this deadly importation, involved in the importation and the clearance.